So I've been kind of in a rough place recently with just trying to enjoy life and trying to feel like I have kind of a place and a direction to go down. And I've been really stressed out from it, so I haven't posted much. But I want to post something real quickly about that whole idea. So I've been reading Ecclesiastes recently from the Bible, and I specifically noticed the part where it talks about the idea of not being able to enjoy your prosperity, no matter how much you have, no matter how much you gain, no matter how many years you have on earth. You don't enjoy your prosperity because it all is for those outside of you. It's basically just this objective measurement of what's good for you, but on the inside, it's not good for you. And the verse that specifically stood out, I believe, is Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 2. And it is, God gives a man wealth, possessions, and honor, so that he lacks nothing his heart desires. But God does not enable him to enjoy them, and a stranger enjoys them instead. This is meaningless, a grievous evil. And I've been kind of experiencing that in my own way, whether it's just from personal success or other things. I've struggled in my life trying to find some way of enjoying the world around me, and that includes the success that I find. You know, I can see things unfold in ways that objectively look good, where everyone on the outside can say, what a great thing to have happen to that person, but on the inside, I basically note it for a second, feel the goodness for a moment, and then move on to the next thing. There's a sort of chase that I go and try to find, chasing at the wind, hoping that I catch it, but I can't because I can't get my hands on the right thing to satisfy me. All the efforts that I put in seem to be more so to check off a list rather than to actually get my heart satisfied. And that's a tough thing, especially when the voice that God may have in my head is kind of quiet. When my faith wavers, like it is currently, or when I'm just not in a good place socially, emotionally, or mentally. It gets tough to constantly try to chase out the wind of success or accomplishment when inside, no matter what I do, I'm going to feel the weight of dissatisfaction, of disappointment. So I say to anyone who's also dealing with this that the world does not revolve around the outside from the inside perspective. The inside does not see the world on the outside and say, that is enough. There's two sides of the coin. So to construct a world on the inside that is satisfied is just as important, if not more so, than getting all the different pieces of your life to make it worth living. If you go and try to chase success, whether it's monetary, personal, emotional, whatever, you better make sure that you can sustain it within and have it be something that means something important, not just on the outside, on the inside. The world is a very vain and empty place if the inside world is neglected. If the world on the inside is put to the back burner in service for some list that you got to check off to say, oh, I have this job, I have this amount of money, I have this amount of friends, I have this status. If the inside is neglected because of that, then you might find that the outside becomes neglected as well, because you're going to get bored of it. You're going to get sick of it, exhausted by it. You're not going to want to be a part of it anymore. And if there's no inside world to go back to, if there's no gratification in the self, if there's no self-image that is worth something, you're basically left in a pool of nothingness. You're left in this void, and it's empty, vain, meaningless, and unfortunate to be in. It sucks because there's nowhere to go. And when you're powerless in that way, it's hard to go and try to construct a better world for yourself. So the point that I'm getting at is that as you accumulate more and more of the things that you need to in your life objectively, things that are good, things in the outside world, like the job, the friends, the family, relationships, all that stuff, make sure that when those things aren't around or when they're not doing it, there is a faith in God that is strong, a faith that can be held on to, where prayer can be thrown out and scripture can be read and hope can be had, as well as just a general view of the self that is fulfilled as much as possible. And these things are often gained through the outside world as well. But there has to be this effort, whatever that is to you, that can make the inside world livable even when the circumstances aren't exactly what you want them to be. And that can be done in a myriad of ways. Community, mental health treatment, church, a bunch of things. Just finding grounding in the world without having to rely on a bunch of accomplishments and other different things to get there. The workaholic's chase is a brutal one, and I've been there, and I still am there. And if you chase accomplishment as your sole means of living, life is going to be unenjoyable. So try to find ways to enjoy it. And this is a message to myself as much as you. So thank you for watching.